Approximately 800 million people are suffering from hunger, 90 million are children. Today, a parliamentary declaration was signed as a commitment by the Belize National Assembly to join parliaments across the world in the fight against hunger and malnutrition. It will seek an interministerial and bipartisan approach to addressing these issues in Belize.
Belize Parliamentary Alliance Against Hunger and Malnutrition is really a chapter of being established in Belize that really mirrors the work of international and regional initiatives. And the idea is building and creating strategies to address hunger based on evidence, statistics. So we have global statistics, we have regional statistics, and there's a lot of evidence that show that hunger and malnutrition is increasing for the first time since 2016. We have our parliamentarians on board, cross-party, working on initiatives, advocating, putting their weight behind legislation, for instance, to have legislation for school feeding, legislation to institutionalize the parliamentary front. Then, regardless of what happens, whether we're in an electoral cycle or not, these initiatives will move forward.
It is a national fight. It is not a political fight. It is a fight that all parties are supposed to be on board, and all parties are supposed to be working towards zero hunger in this country. So our party strongly supports this initiative. We are behind it. We know that the most vulnerable are the children. And so we are moving towards this direction.
The Ministry of Agriculture is the foundation and serves as the pillar in the initiative. Healthy and nutritious foods are the pillar of society, and so Minister Duane says that it is integral to get people to transition to consuming unprocessed, homegrown foods from the farms. Holt says that he wants to rename the portfolio to Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
What we have been doing, for example, is we've been pushing these school gardens. We have every year, in conjunction with the police department, Youth in Agriculture seminar that we bring kids for 2 weeks to introduce them to this, introduce them out of unhealthy food and into healthy food. The ministry is also pushing at the small farmer level. As you know, we've registered pretty much all our small farmers, all our farmers, but all our small farmers especially. We took a delegation of vegetable producers to Salvador to show them how they do it over there. We have had recently a very lengthy symposium with the potato farmers. We've had it with the what we call backyard chicken, and the whole initiative is to ensure that people become aware that you're really what you eat.
The Ministry of Health has been very involved in the process because statistics show that 48% of children between the ages of 13 and 15 are obese. 58% of that are girls and 44.8% are boys. The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, has pushed to remove carbonated drinks from the schools, among other initiatives to support healthy living.
Malnutrition, which includes being overweight and obesity, the latter now classified as a disease, is a growing public health concern for us in health, with 1/3 of our population being overweight and another third being obese. It certainly has to be a concern. We acknowledge that collectively we have made major strides in malnutrition and our stunting rate have indeed gone down, but this cannot be overshadowed with how we eat disproportionately. Aside from this, we have growing challenges in diabetes, hypertension, dyslipidemias, so that we do require a collective front to address these key health issues.
One of the challenges of the initiative is the importation of goods. As it currently stands, Belize imports hundreds of millions of dollars in products, and the goal is to change that dynamic.
Economics play a major role in this country, and you have a lot of importers who import a lot of stuff, and they have clout because money is a clout thing. And so it may not necessarily be in their interest to discontinue the importation, and it is not in the interest of government to be putting in rules and legislations to control.
We have to look to see how foods are being grown. We have to look to see what we're putting in our fertilizers and so on. And then we have to speak about front labeling. What labels can we put on our foods? When we walk in, we don't have to be puzzling over those things that we can't understand. We say high in fat, low in sodium, and so on. So this is the main reason for the Parliamentary Alliance.
I have not seen this kind of collaboration for a particular issue ever. And so this is history in the making, and it is our obligation to ensure that such an important issue is carried through for the benefit of all Belizeans, but indeed for the benefit of our wider world.
Duane Moody for News 5.